Hey guys and girls, welcome back. So it is E3 week again and we're back with another video today, and this one is on the Sony Conference. So we're going to give our views on the Sony Conference, me, Kate, Dante and Edge, on what we generally thought of it. So the Sony Conference was good this year. I thought it was better than last year.
It was interesting for the amount of games they showed off at it.
Yeah.
They
didn't pull any punches this year.
No. Some big surprises in some cases.
Yes.
Yeah. We'll go for it.
Like, they were like, let's get this shit started, people. Last Guardian, boom, there you go.
I'm gonna keep optimistic.
Oh my god, I'm so excited about it.
I mean, it's been in development for years. It's like the Duke Nukem Forever of like production time.
Yes, but let's hope it's not like the Duke Nukem
No, seriously, I have hope, but at the same token, I just don't see it happening for now. I'll when a copy comes out or a demo comes out for it, and they're gonna reveal it in your hand. Fine, I'll be like, yes.
It looked what I liked.
Cautiously optimistic.
What I really liked about it though was it wasn't a trailer; it was his gameplay.
Yeah.
So it was straight in gameplay, and even the gameplay, it looked beautiful. Obviously, it's got very much like Shadow of Colossus vibes to it. So the what was it? A dog, a bird.
It was
a cross between
terrier,
a griffin
puppy.
Yeah.
Puppy, a griffin puppy. There we go. Coin for you, Sony.
A gruppy.
We should copyright that shit. A griffy.
Griffy, yeah.
Fun. Sweet, awesome. So it looked pretty cool. Graphically it looks stunning. Even just everything on it, like the feathers. Oh god, I know it sounds really geeky, but like I've been playing The Witcher 3, and that game is so visually stunning, and every little detail in it.
You just imagine now killing its mother in The Witcher 3. What are you expecting now?
Griffin oil.
Spoilers, by the way.
Hybrid oil.
You fight a griffin.
But basically, it just looks stunning. Like the bird, like the dog, whatever. What were we going to call it? We'll call it a griffin. What we'll call it?
The Guardian.
The Guardian. The Guardian. That's what it's called.
Was it
I don't know. So the animal, basically looks stunning. Like the feathers on it were really cool, like individually moving. And I love the fact that you used that and the boy, like there was like a puzzle solving to it. So you leap and it catch you.
Yeah, like
you used it to move things.
It really
kind
didn't
of a
like
similar
that eyeball looking thing, did it?
Oh no.
Kind of a similar sort of mechanic maybe to like Ico, where you had like the guy with the horns and the woman in white to sort of leave each other.
Yeah.
It's going to be quite a cool narrative. You sort of building up this sort of trust, a relationship between the animal and.
I think it's going to be a heartbreaking game. I can see it being something where, as in, like, if that animal dies, you're going to be heartbroken. And there's like a moment when, like, you think the kid's going to, like, he's going to fall. You're like, oh my god, no! And he grabs onto his tail, and then he's climbing up the back of it.
Yeah, like
that was kind of cool.
We'll have to see what I mean. If we see more of, I don't know if they don't have to mention the release date or not. If when it comes out, I will be like, okay, I'll buy this
To play it.
But I'm going to wait, because every time they mention it, it's going to come out. Nothing.
But they finally showed it.
Yeah, they showed it.
So
but they've shown gameplay demo footage before when it came to the PS3. Or was it PS2 they're going to bring it out on?
Yeah, okay. But
that's how long it's been in development.
Yeah, I know. But the thing is, like, people have been like, where is it? Where is it? And Sony's finally gone, here it is. Do you know what I mean? They didn't give a release date on it, did they? Did they say 2016?
I'm not too
don't
sure.
remember them saying a release date. Let us know, guys, in the comment section if they did say release date, because I'm sure you guys will know. But yeah, that looked pretty cool. Another game that really got me very hyped and interesting was Horizon.
Oh,
that looks sweet.
Nice.
And it's so interesting because it's from the makers of Killzone, and Killzone obviously are well known for that first person shooter world. Visually a stunning world, Killzone.
Yeah.
Beautiful, especially Killzone Shadowfall. But mediocre kind of first person shooter. But for them it's their first sort of foray into third person gameplay.
Okay,
They haven't done anything like that before, and it looked really cool. It had a pretty sweet sort of vibe to it. I mean, it felt like Monster Hunter, but the monsters are like
Grimlock.
robots. Yeah, Grimlock, and it's pretty sweet. Like the power bow, like the compound bow.
I need to really watch a bit more of it, because I've only seen bits of it, so I can't really.
Well, we are absolutely going to do a trailer review and breakdown of it. So I've already downloaded it, ready for Edge to watch it. For me, Horizon was the game this year that I was like, oh my god, I want to be that girl. I want to play that game. There's one bit where she like runs underneath the monster and with her, and like she shoots. He's got like this gun and she shoots it off and then picks it up and shoots him with it.
Yeah,
and like the arrows have got like different.
Spoilers, by the way, but
yeah, well, spoilers. But they've got different, not really, but they've got like different abilities. So like she's got one where they make him like a harpoon type thing
and pin you down, kind of thing.
Pin him. Oh, dude, man,
it's good.
Yeah. You have to see this game.
I'm looking forward to watching the trailer. Hopefully, it will be like awesome. I'm sure you guys will like. Just watch the trailer. I'll be watching it.
It looks sweet, man. That Horizon was the game where I was like, oh my god, I want to play that. I can't wait to play that.
Yeah.
So it looks pretty sweet. There was no mention, I think they said 2016, so there's no mention of a definite release date, but it was gameplay footage again. So the really good thing this year with all of the conferences across the board is gameplay footage.
Yeah, so at least it's in some sort of status development, and you're getting sort of more of an accurate representation of what the game's going to be.
So it wasn't this fake CGI trailer type thing.
Here's a cutscene.
Yeah, so that was really cool. So yeah, oh my god, Horizon looks. I can't wait for the game. It looks so good. The next thing that they showed was that was very high pitched of me. I apologize.
Yes,
was No Man's Sky. That game again. They've been talking about that for a long time. Last year's E3, before that. Obviously, it's exclusive to the PlayStation 4. It looks beautiful, but I think the problem, because they've been pushing it so long, is a lot of people are going to be. It's going to be overhyped. So my concern is that people, when they get it, are going to actually not. It's not a AAA title. It's an independent.
Yeah, but some of the best games that have come out in recent years have been independent.
But I think that the thing is, when it looked at the sheer scale of it was incredible. So he pulled back, didn't he, and showed out the galaxies.
Like, more galaxies.
And there's more stars.
Each one of these lights is a sun. And they all have planets.
Yeah.
Is it the same guy who's done? Is it DayZ?
I'm not
DayZ
sure.
To get mentioned.
No, it was something else. That was a different guy. Sorry, because there was another sort of game where there was a guy who did DayZ was doing a space sort of asteroid style game.
So my concern about No Man's Sky though is because it's so vast and there's so many planets and all this and that. How populated are they all going to be?
Are you going to get like are you going to get like a ton of shit planets before you actually get a good one?
You even said yourself, I've seen much better than this. I've also seen a lot worse.
Yeah, I think he was like, anything could happen. This could be really cool, or it could be really shit.
A lot of them was randomly generated or whatever. Yeah, but there's going to be billions of them. But I kind of like the idea that you could pretty much go to them all and plant your flag basically and say, I discovered this planet.
Yeah, and then come back to
the rest of you could do a Hitchhiker's Guide styly thing and, scan the environment and say, all right, this animal lives here and all this. It kind of looks good. And then, of course, you got the space battles as well.
Yeah.
Go all TIE fighter or something and just start blasting the crap out of each other.
Yeah, so it looked pretty sweet. It looked pretty cool, but they showed some new elements to it. So obviously, they did show that there was going to be some combat. So when you went down onto the planet,
I think it had like kind of Robo Guardians,
RoboCop, a planet-side RoboCop.
Why is Ed here?
So if you basically mess up the planet too much, it'll attack you, and I think
it
goes
everything
up to
was
5 stars. Or something. Yeah, everything is completely destructible. So I think you are right. They did sort of say that because a lot of people are asking like, well, is it co-op? Are you going to come across other players? Because it's a whole online thing. And the guys were sort of saying, well, no, the chances of that are very, very, very small because it's just so vast. So you might play the entire game and never come across a single other person.
Could you get your mates together and become a squad?
Explore together. That would be really sweet if you could do that. I'd love that.
Yeah, I'm always a fan of co-op games or multiplayer sort of aspect games. Because sort of add AI for me is a little bit still hit and miss when it comes to certain games. Yeah,
that's true. So No Man's Sky looked pretty sweet. Again, I'm still interested in that, but I think I think it's definitely going to come out before E3 next year. They spoke to the guy who's developing it. I forget his name, but he was sort of saying, I don't want to be here again next E3. Like, I want it to be out. So I think they're sort of holding it back for a little bit longer. It might be out maybe Christmas this year or possibly beginning of next year. I think spring next year is probably going to be the best time for it. So then they showed some, obviously they had Destiny back there again. That's the big thing with PlayStation, with Sony, that they're obviously so connected to Destiny. So they did show...
Warning, rant coming.
There's going to be some swearing.
I predicted this crap. I'm just going to sit back and
yeah,
watch.
he's going to sit back and enjoy it. So they basically showed Destiny the Taken King, which is the next sort of year 2 DLC pack. They've basically been saying that year 1's done. So we've had the Dark Below.
Yes, House of Wolves.
House of Wolves. And they said that this DLC pack is going to be year 2. And they've sort of said that it's going to be linked into the Dark Below. So what's the guy's name?
Taken King, is
the
it?
Taken King,
Yeah.
and you've killed his son Crota, and he's basically come back for revenge. So they did show, before you do your rant, they did show some pretty sweet stuff. So they did show like that all of the 3 classes now have new abilities that you can unlock. So the Warlock has this lightning ability, fucking storm style, which looked pretty sweet. The Hunter has a bloody light bow and arrow, which looked cool. Yeah. And the Titan has this like Warhammer type fiery Warhammer, which you can throw at the enemies. Now, a lot of people that have played it have sort of said that the Titan at the moment, that's the best new setup. At the moment, they think, because you can very much use it with his melee ability.
Yeah.
So that makes it pretty sweet. They have also mentioned that there's going to be like new strikes. There's going to finally be a raid in that, because I know that a lot of people were pissed at the House of Wolves because it had no raid.
I mean, again, they did mention that they haven't unlocked everything potentially in the House of Wolves. Like they were still going to add extra content in, and
Are they going to charge us for that shit?
No, it does come out as time goes on. Right. Like they had the Prison of Elders, which was a nice. It'd be a nice bit of a change compared to the last 2 raids. Like, before I say anything, I've played Destiny since it came out. I've enjoyed it.
We have to play it together, don't we?
Yeah, I've loved the fact that they put in the colorblind mode, because I'm colorblind. It's hilarious when it comes to looking at enemy radar and then they're going, oh, there's no one here, and then die. That's fun. Especially in PvP. I've generally enjoyed the game aspect, the mechanics. The classes have been fun. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people have been upset with the game, saying like they could have done a lot more with it. They could have put a lot more sort of story-driven narrative into that.
They're saying that they are doing that in the Taken King. That there is much more story that's going to flesh
I generally
things
like the
out.
game. Like I watch a lot of podcasts about it as well. It's just for me, like from what I've heard about the price for it, it's like what, £40 or $50, whatever it is.
I agree with that.
And like from what they mentioned so far, like I need to read a bit more into it myself. You're going to get like a new raid, these new subclasses, and a few extra strikes. And for what I paid so far for like the base version and the 2 DLCs...
If you think about it, I mean, if you bought the game on day one, it's £50. Then the first 2 packs, the street pass, the season pass was £32.
Yeah.
So
I mean, again, like I'm not saying if you enjoy the game and you want it and you want to pay that, go for it. I'm not telling people not to buy it if they generally want to spend that money. It's just for me, like I'm sort of up there going, I've enjoyed it, but in the same regards, it's like I haven't. It's one of those games I've sort of played out at the moment. So if it offers a lot more new story content to it and it's good value for money, then potentially, yeah.
I think it's cool. I think the subclasses are cool. Adding more story is all good. But I think the slight bullshit of it is all of the DLC packs that we've bought so far, when we've gone to download it, it's been like, boop, oh, it's already there. So I think the major issue with the Taken King is clearly you can see that in the interface that there is a box there. So so is it already on that disc? Do you know what I mean? And you're paying $40, £40, which is fucking ridiculous. Excuse my French. But there's no way that we should be paying the same price as basically £40 is like $70.
It's another full game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what we're being asked to pay just for the digital copy of the game.
Again, like I need to know. I like to try and find out as much as what is coming out with that sort of DLC content.
Yeah.
But at the moment, I'm sort of edging away from it. But again, like whoever's watching, if you want to buy that, don't let me say to you, don't do it. But I'm sort of going,
I'm going to wait as well.
A few that don't want to support this kind of business.
Yeah. Well, it is like it is bad. I mean, it makes good business sense, but it's shit for the gamers because we don't really want to encourage this sort of behavior, really. But for those of you that do want to know when it's coming out, it is out on the 15th of September, so it's not long away, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, it's currently June at the moment.
June at the moment, so it isn't that far away.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that is Destiny: The Taken King. We won't talk about that anymore. So let's move on. So they did mention the new Deus Ex Mankind Divided game that's coming out. That looked pretty sweet. I haven't played any of the first two Deus Exes, actually.
Well, there's actually 3 games. They had the original on the PC, and then you had the sequel, and then you had the Human Revolution that came out on 360 and PS3.
Right.
I think PC as well. Wii U had a copy. I loved
got it on PC.
It was the first one that I played properly. I know I should go back and play the previous 2, but I enjoyed the mechanics. I enjoyed that you could hack your way through. Or
I think the only thing I know about Deus Ex Mankind Divided is the ending because of Mass Effect 3 and how that was compared. So I already know how it's going to end. But I
love for the whole quote of "I never asked for this."
I mean, it looks cool. I love the idea of the world, and it looks pretty sweet. The trailers look great, so I'm definitely hyped
it's
to
set
see
2
more
years
about it.
later, so I guess it depicts an ending for you, or whatever ending you had previously might go with that. It looks fun. The mechanic, I enjoyed the first one that came out on these consoles, so I'm hoping I'm going to play this new one as well. It's coming out very early 2016, so
Okay,
I mean, I played it like several times through.
Man, good job my birthday is in March, because there's a lot of games coming out March 2016.
Hint.
Hell yeah, hint, by the way, guys, hint. Sweet, so that looked pretty cool. Now, there were 2 major announcements that got you super psyched, right? So I'm going to let you just go. Just take it away.
So what they mentioned, I am really, really hyped for the world of Final Fantasy. Because that looks amazing.
I don't think you really.
No. I mean, that will probably be a very fun game. I mean, they showed the trailer afterwards, which was Final Fantasy VII, the remake. And
that's the thing that's got you hyped.
I mean, I was 14, 15 when it came out originally, and like there was that and Wild Arms on the PS1, which I played both of. I love Final Fantasy VII.
Me too.
I think a lot of people generally love that game.
It's my favourite Final Fantasy
They've asked
game.
for it. I loved Square trolling them a couple of months back with the whole remaster on for the game for PS3. So I'm looking forward to it. I mean, it's going to take a while till it comes out. Even if they just basically remake the entire game and have text boxes and just some updated models, I'm happy. I know it's a daunting task because a lot of people might have high expectations.
I think it's going to be a full HD remake, so I think it's going to have voice acting.
Yeah.
I think it's going to have full cinematic cutscenes.
Or go Advent Children style.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, even
sweet.
from that bit of trailer, it all looked a bit Advent Children-y.
Oh yeah,
it was all like
if they gave Cloud the motorcycle
even
and
Cloud,
his costume,
when you saw
Lord
Cloud
Advent
and
Children,
everything,
I'm like,
like
DLC.
the bit when you see Cloud, you see like the big fucking sword. Oh god,
everyone,
the reaction.
Is this Midgar?
The reaction in the studio was so cool, and it's great. Like it's got a lot of people very hyped.
I was sitting down when I watched the trailer, and I was like, wait a second, I recognise that music and that slide.
And that road sign, and this is
actually making it.
Yeah,
my god! And then literally they went through a couple of third, like sort of like Kickstarter sort of things, and then they started playing the music from like Shenmue. I'm like going, what?
So I haven't played the original Shenmue.
Have you ever do you have a Dreamcast when you?
No.
See, this is like fantastic. So Shenmue again is like one of those early games where you could sort of in a path of like revenge against the guy who killed your dad. And you're running around sort of through Tokyo. At the time in the first game, you're running around in like Japan. Like if you ever played Yakuza, maybe a little bit of that. It's sort of like it's a bit like a sandbox game where you're running around trying to figure out where you need to go to fight this guy.
Right.
Bits of it
grab his mirror back. It was
of Sleeping Dogs almost, but also you had a bedtime as well, and one that like you.
Then they made the sequel,
or whatever,
and that was in China,
money
and that was brilliant. And so people have been wanting a sequel for ages. The only thing that would have made me completely go, what?
But the
is
thing
if they made a Skies
it was cool
sequel.
and all, right?
Skies of
but
Arcadia.
it was cool. Don't get me wrong, it was cool. But I'm not sure how right it was for them to fit a Kickstarter request
Did feel awkward.
in the middle of a conference. It felt very poor taste. Like, here you go. This isn't. We're not making this, but we'd like to make it.
Oh, I think it's only made the money for me. Yeah.
We need your money to do it. So for me, that felt a bit like, okay,
like that's what the internet's for, and with Kickstarter and all this. Like, doing it at E3,
doing it at a conference seemed very not in good taste. Like, you could put another game in its place. You could have made them aware of it, and it could have been a whole internet thing. Christ, if you just put it on the E3 website.
I mean, if you look at like recent editions of number 5, you've got like the spiritual successor to Banjo-Kazooie, Mega Man, and Castlevania. People are making, the creators of making these new sort of spin-off games, like spiritual successors, sorry. And you know, if they're not going to make these games, if the companies that own these IP rights aren't going to make them,
that's
come
true.
on.
Yeah,
seriously.
I mean, to be honest,
they know the players want it.
It's been very successful because I think in like the space of about 9 hours, they raised $3.5 million.
Ding 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 ding.
Like just in the first 9 hours.
It's
getting made. But I just don't feel like it was in the right place for it. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, that's just my opinion. But it's going to be cool if it gets made and everything. I probably will play it. Definitely. Now, the main thing that got me very excited.
Kingdom Hearts 3. I'm going to go, what?
Oh, no, that too.
I'm just going to think as well.
I'm looking forward to Kingdom Hearts 3.
No, it's good. No, I enjoyed it.
But no, it's Uncharted 4. It's gotta be. Like, you know, I've been so fucking pissed off and bitching about Tomb Raider. But when I saw Uncharted 4, I was like, you know what? It's all good. It's all good. Sony are fine. Like, they've got Uncharted 4. And God, it looks so good. The gameplay looks
No, it just stands there. Nothing happens in the game.
At the beginning part it did, yeah, because it had those glitches.
Did you forget to plug the controller in?
It starts off really cool, and you're opening. It's got this really old sort of dusty. So it looks like you're going into a tomb or something.
Yeah.
And it opens. It's just this bright light and this beautiful, massive world.
It looks shiny.
It looked visually stunning, and the really cool thing was like he actually points out this tower, and you actually travel down to it.
Oh, I know that was the beauty
really cool.
of the series, like
so
the depth perception you can get to. I mean, I bought the PS3 thanks to Uncharted 2 because I watched a similar podcast years ago. That really pushed it, and I could recommend if you never played them, please, love of God, play the Uncharted series.
Yeah, I'm going to be getting
really fun aspect game, well written, really good laugh.
I haven't played them. I am actually going to be getting the Ultimate Collection that's coming out in October. I think it's October 29th. First 3 games are coming out remastered, so I'm going to be buying them and playing. I've been playing them when Tomb Raider's out on the Xbox One. That's what I'm going to be doing. But I thought it was really cool because they were showing obviously like, you know, when you're moving through it and you know, Nathan Drake when he's like moving past the guy and he's obviously his voice is like, excuse me mate, and like the little touches like that, and then the combat was sweet, and the cover because you're hiding behind everything and it's all destructible, and there's one, I don't know, I focus on little things, but there was a bit where like the sandbags were getting shot and just the sand was coming out of it, and the sandbags were getting a bit smaller and a bit thinner, and it just little things like that just were
build this world up a little bit.
Really sweet, and
then some of the disarming moves.
The bit where like he jumps on top and he goes down and he punches the guy, and then like he catches his gun out of midair and starts.
That was brilliant.
It's fucking awesome. So it just the gameplay looks sweet. The banter was really cool, and then it just goes straight down into the Jeep, and it's a whole chase sequence and everything. It just looked
seamless.
Awesome. You and I watched it together, and we were just reacting. We were just reacting so much to it. But Uncharted 4 looks sweet. It is one of the main games. So the big 2 games that I'm super psyched for at Sony PlayStation is Horizon and Uncharted 4. Those are the 2 for me that I'm like, yes, I made the right choice to get a PS4.
I guess for me it would be like Deus Ex, really good one to play. Uncharted 4, I can wait because like I've until it comes out, I've got plenty of games to play through at the moment still. Last Guardian, like I said before, when it comes out, I'm looking forward to it, but I'm trying to keep myself from being hurt by them going, it's been postponed for another God knows how many years.
Feels like it might be a quite short game.
What about for you? What looked the coolest there at the Sony conference?
Definitely Uncharted 4.
Yeah.
And just to have a different answer, I'm still looking forward to what they could do with the FF7 remake.
With the FF7 remake.
Well, we'll know more by winter because they mentioned they're going to get, I think, some more information. And then obviously, you know...
I hope they keep the bad translations in there. This guy Arsec. What?
I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I'd arguably say, how bad could they fucking... No, now just jinx it.
Don't jinx it. So, overall, they thought the Sony conference was very good. Now, in terms of the pace, I felt that it started off very, very strong. But then in the middle, similar to last year, it really slowed down. They really lost pace, which, it did seem to drag a bit. But then, obviously, at the end, they brought it back with Uncharted 4. So, I think, personally... Sony, for me, had the more interesting games at their conference compared to Microsoft, because they had some new things that we hadn't seen before, like Horizon, the Final Fantasy VII reveal, Last Guardian. There was more new content we hadn't seen before, which Microsoft didn't really have as much, because we already knew a lot of what was coming out with Microsoft. So, however, my main beef that I have with Sony at the moment is they don't have anything big coming out this year in 2015. It's all 2016. Last Guardian 2016, Horizon 2016, No Man's Sky, that's probably going to be maybe end of this year or beginning of next year. Uncharted 4 2016. There's nothing coming out this year.
Yeah, a lot of it's going to be like cross-platform, isn't it?
Yeah,
really?
A lot of it's going to be cross-platform. So again, Sony are very, very reliant on their third-party sort of cross-platform titles. So I think that's a big mistake. I think that Microsoft are going to dominate this year with a lot of the Halo 5 Guardians, Rise of the Tomb Raider, all that coming out this year. I think that Microsoft are going to dominate this year, and Sony are probably going to be stronger next year. So I'm not sure whether that's a mistake for them personally. But I'd much rather they don't rush it.
Though, yeah.
Well, yeah,
if
I'd rather
they
they don't rush
game,
it.
it's like, day one patch because of massive bugs and crap, or
Assassin's Creed
endings
Unity.
and other levels.
I agree. So I just think that might be a potential problem for them. But overall, I thought the conference was pretty good. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it, actually. There was a lot of really good gameplay there, and I thought it was definitely better than last year, which is cool. So what did you guys think of the conference? Did you enjoy it? Let us know in the comments section below. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. Please like this video if you enjoyed it to show your support. And we'll be back with more E3 stuff later. The next one we're going to do is going to be on Nintendo. That should be interesting. All right, guys and girls, have a great day. Take care, and as always, happy gaming.
Janet.